Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy coming at you with a new review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, my friends. This is, of course, the channel that welcomes you to your weekend and welcomes you to a Fragrant Friday absolument. And so, this week, I am checking out none other than Missoni Wave, and I will dive into the review in just 1 second, but I wanted to say, again, thank you very much for all of you who commented on last week's episode. I had a question for you. I'm thinking about, changing up the channel a little bit, and a lot of you guys gave feedback, and I really do appreciate that very, very much indeed. If you watch me each week and you have not been able to check that out, make sure you check out last week's episode and comment. I am taking notes. So you've seen the title in the description, and plus I've already said it. This is Missoni Wave. What you don't know though is this is yet another bottle sent in by subscriber Brian. So a shout out again to the man, not the myth. Really, really appreciate it. At a certain level, you just run out of saying thanks so much, right? Because I still have another one after this week to review that he sent in. He's just incredible. As you know, when you saw the episode on the subscriber spotlight on him when he got 2025 Person of the Year. So this is Missoni Wave. I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out of the bag a little bit right now and say this is the greatest come from behind victory that I've ever had. I've said before that usually I kind of know instantly which way I'm gonna go. I've had a few exceptions lately, but this one is the greatest disparity. In other words, when I first sprayed it, I was like, okay, I'm not sure about this one at all, at best. And boy, over the last 2 weeks, have I thoroughly enjoyed this one. As you know, I'm not a fan at all of growing into something I don't believe you need to. As a fragrance lover, we would eventually love practically anything anyway. That's why I don't do that. That said, though, this is an example of one that you absolutely should wear and see what it does on your skin as opposed to just smelling it. So let's dive in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if nothing else, always leave your scent of the day. This is a 2020 release, and this is by the Parfumé Christophe Reynaud, Raynaud. This is not the first time I have reviewed his work, and he does top-notch work, and so for a freshie and a cheapie, that's always good to see such a top parfumé working on this. This is definitely a citrus aromatic. I say definitely because of the lavender, though, more because I was not able to pick up the sage and rosemary. I know that's listed, but I would not have been able to get that. So let's take a look at the notes that I was able to get, which was definitely an aquatic, so you're going to get some C notes and citrus on the top, mandarin, and then the base. In the mid, you're going to get lavender. And then the stroke of genius for me is in the base when you get, among other things, vetiver and oak moss. I really, really appreciate the fact that this is a freshie mixed with or blended with oak moss and vetiver and kind of more traditional, quote unquote, masculine notes. And because of that, this really does. This is a great buy. This is definitely going to make it on my cheapie list and my freshie list. So for those of you guys know that I have a soft spot for freshies. I like gourmands the most probably, but I like what I like, as I like to say. That's a lot of likes. Give me a like for all those likes. And this one is a freshie, and this one is a cheapie, but man, this one really does pack a punch. I was all prepared to say like this would be a perfect stocking stuffer for, a middle schooler or a high school, and oh no, not at all. With the vetiver and the oak moss, it really brings out the masculinity and maturity that offset with the C notes, and the citrus and mandarin and freshiness and kind of youthful quality. So I absolutely love that. As I said earlier, I would not be able to say that I got sage or rosemary out of this. I know they were listed. I was a little surprised by that. This smells excellent. I also think that I've cracked the code Says a guy who has 82 viewers. But I do believe here's my take on what it smells like. I mean, it's a freshie, and people don't like them because they all think that they all smell like detergents and things like that. Excuse me. That is not the case, though. But in this particular one, here's what I get. I get about a 1/3 breakdown. I don't know if I want to call this one an Allure Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême, but it is close to it. I had that for about a week. I really love that one. Sprayed all over the place and just got like 15 minutes to half hour longevity. Just nothing. And so I ended up contacting the company because I got it through them, and they were nice enough to take it back. Unfortunate, because I really liked it, but that particular bottle just didn't do well for me at all. So this one is the Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême, the charcoal gray bottle. That's 1/3, 33%. It's 33% Versace Pour Homme. It's 33% Desire, Dylan Desire Blue, which I owned, and it has like the canteen cap to it. It's very nice. And then the astute viewer will say, well, if it's a third split, that means it's 33, 33, so there's 1% left. This one just has a smidge, a tiny amount of Bulgari Blue, which I'm a huge fan of. Sad that it was discontinued. It's certainly not a dupe at all. I'm not trying to say that, but I do get just a hint of the Bulgari Blue in it. So I'm going to give that a 1% breakdown. So 33% Desire Blue, Dunhill Desire Blue, 33% Versace Pour Homme, 33% Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême by Chanel, and then 1% Bulgari Blue, which was BLV. So, of course, I like to say Bulgari Blov, but that was one that I really sorely missed. One of my favorite freshies of all time. Okay, so, and then when you have this intoxicating mix of the aquatic mixed with the citrus, the mandarin, the lavender, and then, like I said, man, then he hits you with the oak moss and the vetiver. Huge fan indeed. And I was very, very pleased with the longevity and that I got. So let's get to that, actually. The longevity, projection, and sillage. The sillage is a little low. So coming in and out of rooms, walking past people, you're going to have to really spray, because this is kind of a freshie that stays close to the skin, which a lot of you are not going to mind at all. So, the freshies aren't usually explosive anyway. I wish they were, but this one is definitely not. And so I would say, as far as, people picking you up when you walk past them and leaving a scent trail or sillage, I would say probably 3 to 5 hours, because it does stay pretty close to the skin. Now, the longevity, I like to get a work shift. This is not going to get you 8 hours, but I mean, I spray a lot, and I would say 6 to 8, closer to 6. I was not disappointed, though. I mean, it's an EDT, it's a cheapie, and it's a freshie. You're just not going to get, like 14 hours or something out of something like this. So, it's 6 to 8, and we'll call it closer to 6, and just, trying tremendously to get to the finish line at the 8-hour mark. Now, when it comes to projection, again, so 3 feet, 1 meter, you're from the body, you're looking at, again, I would say a good 6 to 7 hours, 5 to 7, we'll say that it projects pretty well. And then after that, it really starts to get close to the skin fast. Here's the thing, though. It does stay on your skin, though. It never fully fades throughout the day, which I really appreciate. Like last night when I took my watch off, I could still smell it on my arm faintly, and that's after a long day, many hours outside. So I do really appreciate that one, and I took that in consideration when I gave it my final rating. So longevity, projection, and sillage are probably par for course for a freshie EDT, and perhaps just a little bit better. What I like about this one, though, is this really is a great freshie for somebody who wants to, wear something, be able to smell it on themselves. Maybe their partner might, smell if they they cuddle, get real close, and that's cool. But as far as, clearing out a room, absolutely not. In fact, this would be great for the workplace. Actually, it'd be great for as an office scent because, it is fresh, it is clean, and it is soapy, but it is also not explosive. So really, really very versatile fragrance. Now, let's get to the season. I mean, it's obvious. It's a heart of winter. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, as a freshie, you're going to be looking at the summer. This will do well in the heat. And as I said, many times throughout the last 2 weeks, I've been outside a lot, and it holds up actually very, very well. So summer first, then a spring, and then, of course, fall, and finally winter. This one is one, though, that could be worn 365 days a year. I labor a little bit with the seasons just because I'm not so much of a season person. As you know, I've mentioned before, unless I'm reviewing one, I actually like to just get up and just grab whatever I'm feeling at that particular day, regardless of season. So this one's great. This one would be a great choice for somebody who doesn't have a collection and would like to wear the same fragrance for 366 days a year during leap year. Okay, so everything points to good so far. Again, this is highly versatile. Let's get to age. I was all prepared, as I told you. I was all prepared to give this, this is like a stocking stuffer for a middle schooler or high schooler. But man, the oak moss and the Haitian vetiver kick in, and then it really becomes robust and masculine. I love the combination. I find it intoxicating, actually. And so it's a stroke of genius on his part or whoever, if this is a dupe of something. But I love the combination of, the fresh, the citrus, the aquatic mixed with the vetiver and the oak moss. So, actually, when it comes to age, I'm going to say any age. I really am. This one is that is how versatile it is. This would be perfect for a middle schooler. It'd be perfect for a high schooler. It'd be perfect for college. It'd be perfect for the interns, the 23s to 30, and then on up. This would be a great gift for Father's Day. It'd be a great gift for Christmas, just anything. And so, really, age group, everything, any age. And so now, when it comes to the gender, this one also is, again, with the vetiver and the oak moss and the freshies. I am going to say that this one is, I'm going to go with 85-15. I'm going to go with an 85-15 split, which is people who actually haven't wanted it. It's their signature scent. They love it. This would be 85% men and 15% women. Women could pull this off, absolutely, but it is, I think, traditionally you would see in the marketplace, I think you would see it play out about 85-15. In fact, this is another one that I could see a lot of women buying for their man because it has a very, clean, soapy, fresh, laundry detergent feel without being like detergent. That's what I love about it. Right? It's not just like an extension of a Tide Pod by any means. It actually has some character to it and some originality to a certain extent. Okay, so let's take a look at the design. And the box, pretty traditional here, Missoni Wave. I actually like the fact that it's called Wave and it is aquatic. So the name fits for once. And then as you can see here, this one is 4066A is the batch code. So the batch code is right there. 4066A. And the batch code is from March 6th, 2024. So just a tiny bit over 1 year old. The batch code again is March 6th, 2024. Now, you got a magnetic cap. That's really next to unheard of for cheapies. This bottle can be had for less than $40, and it's 100 milliliter, 3.4 US fluid ounces. So on the bottom you have the information one would expect. Here again with the batch code and the other information that is pertinent. I like their bottles. They fit perfectly. Ergonomically speaking, they're absolutely it's perfect. I mean, look at that. If you're into ergonomics, in fact, I wonder if they considered that when they designed the bottle. So it's got a nice glass band here, and it says Missoni, just like the other ones, and then it's got Wave below. Just great when it comes to the bottle and also the ergonomics. Sprayer is also fantastic. It emits a lot, and there is no leakage whatsoever. And Again, a magnetic cap, unheard of for a cheapie. Overall, I think it's absolutely great in terms of bottle design. Now, let's get to the rating, shall we? This one actually for me is, as I mentioned at the beginning, is the biggest come from behind victory of all time. There were days when I flirted with the notion, when I first got it, I flirted with the notion of even a 2 out of 5 sprays just because I felt that it was going to be a little generic. In the freshie market, it is a true dog-eat-dog capitalistic world, and so I didn't think it was going to make it in the freshie market, something that maybe lacked some personality. And some people believe that freshies already lack personalities. Personality. So as soon as I put it on, though, I realized that was not going to be the case, and I really have come to enjoy and appreciate this fragrance, and you know why. I mentioned already why. The oak moss combination with the vetiver and the freshie and the citrus. So I am going to give this a whopping 4 out of 5 sprays from Missoni Wave. I have to take off one spray because it's just not original. It's just not. I mean, it's not a clone of any of these, but yet, I mean, when you can pretty much get the percentages of what it's a combination of, it's not highly original. It's just not. So I docked a spray for that. I almost didn't, though, just because I love the combination of notes that he has included here. But in the end, I think it's worthy. I think it deserves to be docked 1 because it's not incredibly daring. I thought about docking another one for the fact that, it's kind of closer to 6 hours. But, for a freshie EDT, this little guy does what he's expected to do. Or this little gal does what she's expected to do. Who knows? So that is 4 out of 5 sprays for Missoni Wave. Come from behind victory, actually. And those minute points that I just brought up are just about it. If you like freshies, if you're looking for a Bulgari Blue substitute like I am, I'm not going to say again. I gave it a 1%. I said it has just a little touch of Bulgari Blue, but you should at least consider this. And the fact that it is not going to break the bank certainly helps. So I'm going to go 1 on each side of the neck and 1 on each wrist for Missoni Wave. Boom. And all right. Okay, there you have it. 4 out of 5 sprays for Missoni Wave, a 2020 release. EDT, 3.4 ounce, 100 milliliter, Parfumé Christophe Reneur, and it is a citrus aromatic. I hope you have enjoyed this review. Don't forget to check out last week's episode with the question. If you haven't already, I'll put it up in the card in your upper right. Make sure you check that out. That means a lot to me. Leave your comments on how I can improve the channel, different ways to update, different things that you like, what other fragrance reviewers do, and on and on and on. So, I hope you have a great week. I can't wait to see you next week. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. I will just quickly say one thing for the football fans. Whatever you do, people come up to me all the time whenever I wear this jersey, and they always say, oh, you're a bandwagon fan because of the Kansas City Chiefs. I just want to clarify one thing for the football fans. This is not a Kansas City Chiefs jersey. This is the famous creamsicle jerseys from the 1970s and 1980s of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Friday.